This is my promise to you.
We're sick addicts.
And we are not playing Lost in the Woods.
I think you're full of shit, John.
We're not doing it.
We're going to see if we can win. If we don't, Deranged Outcast.
This is a insanely good pack. Deranged Outcast, if you can get enough humans, is a travel preparations.
Sure.
Immerwolf, if you're starting with Immerwolf, you can kind of force the archetype, which is maybe what I would lean toward. Lingering Souls is so much better when you can play Intangible Virtues, and
sure.
I mean, it's better in that block. But on it, it still is a good card. And there's a Tragic Slip, which is good. My vote would be Immerwolf.
I won't fight the Immerwolf.
The good news is the only card that would really draw him into either of the colors is the Deranged Outcast. And I am guessing the next pick is going to be Tragic Slip, then maybe Lingering Souls if they haven't already taken something like that. But this won't force them into wolves either. And now we don't get any wolves. Ripper fits into the same kind of theme of a fairly aggressive red-green beatdown deck. Dryad is pretty good in the mirror. Stalker's fine. Townfolk is fine. This is the annoying one that taps when you're attacking. For me, it would probably be one of those two.
Take the Hasty Vampire.
Okay. I think of the two, he would be the harder to come by. So, then we have
probably the Afflicted. Is that dude?
Deserter, yeah, because he'd be a 4/3. If they have an artifact, he's really nice. Forge Devil goes well in this deck. Russet Wolves are playable, so is that. There's another removal spell, but we'll go Werewolves. Really, really Werewolves. Although, this gets the +1/+1.
Sure.
And at that point, he becomes a lot better. There's a Blood Feud. Wild Hunger is really good in this deck also because you can use the flashback.
And Trample.
And it gives the trample. I think maybe the Young Wolf. This is really good against us.
Yeah.
It would be the other side of it. And there's 2 removal spells. I still think the Young Wolf.
Alright. I'm sorely tempted by another one of the Deserters, but that's what we're taking, right?
Yep. It's not a wolf, but it does what we want it to do. Here, probably the Villagers is the play. I like the Worm as a finisher, even if it is in this deck, but getting the ramp would get us to something like that sooner or get us to that, so I'm good with the Villagers. And this guy is also a decent top-end curve thing. This guy is one of the only answers to Flight that our deck would have.
Sure. Fling is always good.
Yeah, Fling is Fling. Probably
the Reckless.
Yeah. And here we can get another Ripper, get a Dryad. I'm thinking maybe the Dryad. Right. Since we took the Ripper last time, we'll get one of each.
Just be all egalitarian about it.
Right. And so far, our green is stronger than our red. So if something presented itself in another color, if we cracked I don't even know what. If we crack a Sorin, I'll just be pissed, but well, I won't be pissed. I'll go and sell it for 25 tickets, and that'll make up for the poor judgment we had all night of just keeping and playing these games. But I'll be pissed because I want to be able to play it. Here, Faithless Looting isn't bad. I think I'm going to take the Evolving Wilds in case we end up going a third color, or
I like the
even if
Evolving
we end up,
Wilds.
yeah, even if we end up like almost all green splashing red,
Sure.
the Wilds helps us that way. I got the Dryad back. Could get the Stalker. Could get the Vines.
I think early, as you said, this is probably going to be a fairly aggressive deck. Early is probably worth more than the late Undying.
Right. And almost everything in our deck we'd be willing to trade with theirs. You know, like we can chump without really worrying.
Sweet.
Got the Wild Hunger back. That's awesome. And maybe that, if we don't have the need for the color commitment of mana, then having something that can just randomly get you a creature back is nice. Shattered Perception, don't really need that. I'm going to go ahead and just hide the land. We'll just try to remember that we have an Evolving Land.
Yeah.
So Ripper is looking a little bit more like a liability. The Angel is good. 5/5 flyer.
5/5 flyer for 6. So
This that can turn into a mind control is good. I think we take the Geist.
okay,
I think we go on a strategy that
we're going to kill them before they have a chance to cast such.
right, and we're going to try to pick up a Rack with Madness or something.
Sure.
For some of those late game issues. But Wild Hunger on a Geist also
Kills a lot of stuff.
kill him. This. Oh god, I love this card. And it's a wolf.
Yeah.
And the +2/+2 is just huge, and the flash is huge.
Okay, I think that if we run into a pack that has Undying Evil, that there's nothing else that's like, oh, this is way better, it would be worth taking. Because there's an awful lot of stuff here that if you can... Oh no, it's coming back.
Right.
Especially like the Briar Pack Alpha.
Right. Fires of Undeath, I think, is what we take here, just because we're low on removal. If we did splash black,
I'm sorely tempted by the Young Wolf, but yes, you're right. We should take the Fires of Undeath.
and Lost in the Woods.
It's there. It's tempting us.
Here we go, guys. Young Wolf.
I think the Young Wolf.
Now, I mean, I really wish we could get another Emmer Wolf.
Well, sure.
Of course.
Lots of people want lots of things, but you know what? They get nothing. That's what.
And the Ripper, the farther we get, the less I think we're going to play it. But we will.
I'm not even saying it.
Gladly take that one. The double red
Is annoying.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be hard to come by. Yeah. Yes. I mean, seriously, you load up on all that crap and then make it so they can't block them?
Very annoying.
So they struggle to block. Really? I have to block with 2 creatures on your Young Wolf?
Yup, and I get it back. Unfair, isn't it?
This guy is not a bad top of the curve 4/5 vigilance. That being said, I think we might take the Devil just because if they have Hinterland, Hermit, or
Sure.
anything, one of those early things, if we can get something on the board and kill their guy, it also would kill that Undying Vampire.
Yeah.
At least the first time. Briarpack Alpha!
We would also accept the Scorn Villager, but we're taking the Briarpack Alpha.
Yep.
John, you can't see it, but John's very excited. He's like twitching in his chair.
I love playing werewolf decks. I really do. I mean, if you guys go back and watch Draft Beer when Innistrad started, I think the first couple decks we played
We're really shitty werewolf.
were awful werewolf decks that we forced that should never have been played, but we did it because it was cool.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's probably our best bet from the cards there.
And it soured them on it, so they kind of stopped.
And
Oh, probably
probably
yeah.
yeah, because we still don't have many answers or much to stop a powerful flying deck.
Yeah.
And so we're loading up on Dryads and probably are not going to play all of them, at least main decked. We'll have a hell of a sideboarding option. Oh, we're playing someone who has forests. We'll take all of these. The other good thing is with our deck, I think we have a legitimate shot of, if they are doing a Lost in the Woods, of getting in close to enough damage. We'll need a couple more fires of Undeath to be able to get us there, but
Shit, man. We have back to go and we basically have our deck done.
yep.
Yeah, now all I'm going to do is draft. What?
Okay,
Motherfucker.
I have to take it. I was saying this, you all heard me. I'm never gonna play this fucking card. I only get it drafted when I can't use it. I would love that Pyreheart Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
But
I would love the burn. No, take the freaking Lord.
But yeah, do you know how much 4 packs of Dark Ascension are worth?
Not as much
A
as that.
fraction, a tiny, tiny bit of what is there. Here, probably we should take Rack with Madness. This is, if they get it, is annoying, but our Forge Devils can kill it. A Rack with Madness could kill it.
Okay.
If you don't kill it, that card
Can get really ugly.
eats your lunch. Scored Villager.
Okay.
Just giving us a second one. Yes! That makes me very happy. Apparently we cut red-green
Pretty hard.
well enough that we're reaping the benefits now.
Fuck it. We draft the entire deck out of this pack.
Can we splash white and black?
If we draft nothing but Evolving Wilds and Dawn Treader Elks,
We can do it. The one card that we'll never see.
yeah. And
But if we do see it, and we happen to have the mana to play it, game over.
maybe.
Maybe. Probably Death Caress
Okay.
would be the most
I was thinking
useful
that the Fiends might be a good choice.
against us. Fiends wouldn't be bad either.
I know they aren't werewolves, but the ability to force things to attack.
Right. Especially when...
We just got kind of messed up by it.
Yeah, we saw just what it can do. Well, I'm not against it. Okay. Probably the Hermit as a werewolf. So now that we have double Immerwolf.
Yeah.
And we do have 2 Forge Devils, so yeah. I think maybe a second Wild Hunger. I would like the Young Wolf, but Wild Hunger is just such a great finisher for this deck. And the fact that we have the colors to flash it back make it all the better. Maybe Dawn Treader. Even here, it just seems like he's...
Alright.
And this, so someone doesn't play it against us.
we will have all of the Dryads.
And we got a Young Wolf anyway.
Woot.
Wow.
Okay.
Green is open. No one else is playing it.
Well, now ours taking all these Somber Wild Dryads looks stupid.
Well, we didn't take a bear yet. Well,
We'll take a bear.
I'll take a bear. And a Clinging Mist. Yeah, our biggest problem is going to be figuring out narrowing our choices. I mean, we're going to have way too many cards that we want to play.
Fuck it, play them all.
We never have this problem.
Well, yeah. We don't have a lot of werewolves, but we have quite a few werewolves.
Right. Well, and we have 4 werewolves, but we have 1, 2, 3, well,
several wolves.
Yeah, we have a lot more when you open it up to wolves. So we know we want our werewolves and our wolves. And those Forge Devils. And wolves, and we want these wolves.
And we're going to put this jackass in here even though we can't play him. We're not going to put any land to play him.
Nope.
He's just going to take up a slot. But we'll be able to say that we played with the card.
And the Young Wolves. And the Wild Hunters. And we went to Rack with Madness. The Blood Feud.
What's our curve look like? I'm sure it's very short.
Yes.
4. Our mana curve is 4.
Right. We don't have any of the recluses in, but they're pretty defensive, and this deck really isn't. Really isn't.
I could see the Hunger of the Howl Pack being valid. I could definitely see the Uven Wild. We're going to have stuff die.
Right. So I think that getting the bonus from it is worth it. I could see Fling.
Yeah.
As a valid thing. Yeah, Hunger of the Howl Pack. We have 17 creatures. That gets us to 23. Now, technically, we could probably go 24-16, but I don't know if we...
We could play the Dawn Treader Elk and play 16. And then we'd have something which we could trigger our Morbid as well.
Right, if we needed to draw another... Are we playing a swamp for the flashback on that? If we do Evolving Wilds and a single swamp?
I'll accept it.
looks decent to me.
Do we put in the elk?
I didn't put in the elk.
Okay.
That if we're putting it in the swamp, if we're going for it, I almost would rather go 17 land.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I'm just thinking. I mean, our top end is 4 mana.
right, and we actually have 2 elk, so we could take out a forest, put in an elk. I guess the other argument is, are we ever going to flash that back? Like, okay, let's say we took that out and we put in the elk. That puts us at 16 land, 24 spells.
We have 2 Scorn Villagers.
Yeah. 3 things dedicated, or not necessarily dedicated, but helpful in mana ramp.
No, I mean honestly, with all of the stuff that we have for that,
Mm-hmm.
I could almost see running the 1 swamp and just having 1 fewer forest.
Like that.
I mean, I'm sure that's. I mean, that may be wrong, but we have 2 things that'll pull the swamp out.
Right. And we have double green for those guys. But other than that, this one we need both colors.
I guess the only thing would be if we just have 1 fewer mountain instead of 1 fewer. I mean, we want the.
Yeah, we want to be able to play Young Wolf probably almost even over.
Forge Devil.
Yeah, because
on the first turn.
yeah, because unless they've played something we want to kill, you don't want to play him because he kills himself.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
What the hell? We don't know what we're doing,
That's true.
and we'll prove it in the next video.